Okay, so we start with a 5-minute warm-up in a treadmill, light walk, and then we start with exercise number 1 with the TRX. We put underneath the armpits, like that. I secure myself. I don't use anything from my arms, but I go back until about 45 degrees. My body is straight. I'm on my calves, you can see. And then I bend down, like I'm doing a squat, up to this level. And then I move up with the calves at the end, extending. Like that. Slow and explode out. If you want to make it more difficult in the future, you want to do jumps. Explode. Okay? So this exercise will work mostly on your quads on the front and get you warmed up for later on when you do the squats. So that's exercise number 1 with TRX. And number 2, which you can pair those two together if you want, is TRX back row. So using your feet, you can control how difficult it is. Moving inside more, like this, is more difficult. Moving up is more easy. So what you do is you pull your body up to this level. You don't pull your body all the way up so that the TRX is loose. You have to keep tight, like that and like that. Chest out, shoulders back, body straight. And exhale. Anytime you do an exercise, you exhale. The difficult part of the exercise. So on the difficult part of the exercise on the previous one was moving out. So okay, so don't forget your breathing. So these are the first 2 exercises. You can pair them. You can do 1 of the legs, 1 of the back. And then you can do in the first week 2 sets. Second week, if you feel better, you can do 3 sets, back and forth, and so on. Until you have enough time. If it takes you too long, you can break the exercises that we put together today. You can break them into 2 different groups. So we go on with exercise number 3, which is the squat, the bar squat. Here we have many weights here. You can stop it. Okay, exercise number 3 is the squat. Okay, so you have a bar. It's a 20 kilo bar. You basically put it on your back. You don't put it on your neck up here. You put it on your traps, a little bit behind. Step backwards. Open the legs about shoulder length, a little bit up to the outside, not inside like this, but not too far out either. So like that, body straight. You take an arc on your back. You're not like this. Okay. The mistakes that most people do is, first of all, this, where the knees go back a lot instead of sitting back. They also round their back, so they're like this. That can hurt your back. They also put the bar on their neck, so that can hurt their neck. So straight, and then sit back as if you have a seat. You're trying to sit back. Slow, up to the horizontal level. Then when you move up, if you want to make it more difficult, you don't straight your legs all the way. You go here, exhale. So you hold your breath, take your breath before you start. Deep. Hold your breath, hold your breath. As you move up, you exhale. Okay? So now, the deeper you go, the more you engage your glutes and your hamstrings. Glutes, hamstrings. If you go only up to here, you only work the front, the quads. So you want to try to go as low as possible without raising your heels, okay? If you need, you can put some plates. If you have trouble with raising your heels, you can always put 2 plates and step on them and do the exercise stepping on them. It's a little bit easier and it works sometimes better. So that's the squat. You have to be careful with that. And then we go for the upper body, because we pair one lower body with one upper body. This way you don't rest a lot. You keep your heart rate up. You burn fat, and you don't. You rest when you do the other exercise. So if you have the TRX, you can do the TRX chest press, which is basically taking this position. Again, you control the weight depending on how far you go. So it's right underneath, right behind your neck, and you open, you dip down, squeeze your chest. Okay, you stretch first, you deep breath, and then you push, you breathe out, and you squeeze your chest. And you straighten your arms. Don't try to put too far up, like that. Don't try to put it too far low because it will scratch your hands. So have it right above your hands. Look out. Okay, this is a chest press. If you don't have a TRX, you can do with 2 dumbbells. You can take 2 dumbbells, 5 kilos, 4 kilos, whatever you have, whatever you can do for 10-15 reps. All these sets you will try 10 to 15 reps. If you can't do 15, then okay, so this is the chest press. Slow, stretch, take deep breath and breathe out. I don't put my head back. You can if you want, but I like to have it up like this. And then you carefully do this. So that was the 4th exercise. Now exercise number 4. Stop it for a second. So here we are at exercise number 5. It's for the legs again. It's for the back of the legs. Also works the lower back. It's called Romania deadlift. So you pull up, you take the bar. That's the hard way. If you want, if you're able to work with the bar, it's even better. You basically keep straight. You bend down, but you pull the bar always touches your hands. It doesn't go forward because it will hurt your back. Always touches your legs as you go down. Your hips go back, and you don't put your back like that. You have you're like this, straight. You go down, slow, 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 slow. You feel the stretch here, okay? And as you move up, you push from your heels, and you start feeling also your glutes. So, do it again. Sometimes you don't have to go all the way up. If your back gets tired, you can do 3 reps and move up. But when I do it like this. I keep up to here, because the weight for me is low. You don't have to be too big weight for here. And then you move up, if you get tired. Slow and down. Now, you go down as far as you can without hurting your back and feeling this. It depends. Some people don't have the same flexibility here. So some people can go down even more. Some people can only go up to here and it's enough. And slowly you increase the flexibility and you go lower. So this to work this. If you cannot do with a 20, you can just go to dumbbells. 2 dumbbells, 5 kilos, 6 kilos, whatever. Same thing. Close to the legs, which you can see from the side. My back goes backwards. You can see the stretch. Low, exhale. Okay? And the third way to do this exercise, so it's one exercise, but you can do it 3 different ways, is when you get the TRX, if you have the TRX, you can basically put your feet here. You push with your feet there so they don't. You lift your butt, you hold your hands, and you pull your legs inward to work this part here, as you can tell. Now, you can do them with closed knees, okay, which also works the inner part, and that, or you can do them with open, works the outside. So it's a very complex exercise, but it's a good one. You can do close and then open. Let's say 8 reps close, 8 reps with open. So this is for the legs and for the hamstrings, all these 3 different exercises. Now for the upper body, we'll do tricep extension with the TRX, which is using the triceps, this one, and also works the abs. So again, you control the distance. The more back I go, the more difficult it is, okay? So the hands are close together in front of my forehead, and I slowly dip in until the hands go right above my head. I flex the belly. I don't go in like that. I keep my body straight, and then I push with my arms using this muscle here. So I feel it here as I go down, and then on my arms as I push and exhale. I take deep breath here, I hold it, exhale. Okay? If you don't have TRX, you can always take 2 dumbbells and you can lay on the bench. You can put them together if they're like this. Hexagon is even better. You can lay and you go to the edge of the bench. That way your hands can go down and then you move them up, only from the elbow. You can see here I'm using only flex of the elbow. And I stretch them and I keep an angle. I don't have them here because here it's easy. I have an angle going backwards, and that way my hands can go right behind my head. So it's similar with the TRX, but using dumbbell. Okay. So exercise number 7 now, for the legs again, first, is lunges. Lunges can be done in different ways. If you have the TRX, an easier way to get help from the TRX, if you're not strong enough yet, is to hold the TRX like this, right above your legs, move backwards, 90 degrees, you see? That's how far the other leg has to be. And you help a little bit with your hands, but not much. You basically push from this leg, from the heel, and you move up. You can either do it one leg at a time, let's say 10, 12 reps, and then switch, or you can do them one after the other. If you get more advanced, you can also do jumping lunges. So you can switch on the air. That's a more aerobic and a little more advanced and difficult. Also with weights, with dumbbells. 3 kilos, 4 kilos, whatever you can. You sit here, there's different ways. If you don't have good balance yet, you can just get the opening straight and then keep it like that for 10 reps. Same leg. Push with the heel. Here, the wider you have the legs, the more it works the glutes and the hamstrings, and less the quads. See, because I push from the heel. If I put them closer together, now I work a lot more the quads, because this is the way the angle of the legs work. So, if you get more advanced and more balance, you can also do exchange your legs on the same set and push. I push strong from here, hop, and I go back the same place where I started. Hop. Okay. That's the one. And then for the upper body, exercise number 8, we work the rear delts, which is the back of the shoulders. We can do it with TRX. Here, instead of the number 1 exercise that we did, or the second one for the back, which we did this, now my elbows, instead of being close to my body, they're perpendicular. So I move up. Again, I control the difficulty by moving my feet in or out. Exhale when I go in. Slow back. You should always do these exercises, most of them, with the pace of your breathing. So you don't do too fast or too slow. As you breathe, you do the exercises with that kind of rhythm, okay? And you should feel this one back here. So if you don't have TRX, you can always take those dumbbells and you can lay on the bench, reverse, and you can lift your arms in the same similar manner as if you had the TRX up to the straight line. See? Or if the bench is too low, we can lift the bench even better. Be on a small incline. And now, if you want, you can reverse. Instead of the palms facing its way, you can turn them as you move up. And exhale as you have your hands up. Slow down. Okay? So that's that. Okay, so we go to exercise number 9 for legs again, which is for the glutes and the hamstrings as well. You can use your bench to lay down, but you lay down with your shoulders like that, not like this, okay? Because you want to bend down, so you want to be basically all the way out. Your hands can balance this way, and the feet you will put them on the floor at the point where this is like a table, like a straight 90-degree line, not like this, and not too close. So, because what we want to do is we want to go down and extend the hips and flex the glutes and the hamstrings. When I move up, I open my knees a little bit. Where they go down, they're a little bit closer. Now, if I want to make it more difficult, if it's too easy on the two legs, I use one leg at a time. The other leg is just holding it there. Exhale on the way up and flex. When I get tired, I switch. Okay? If you want, you can also put a little weight here. You can put the bar, or you can put a plate. You can hold it for extra weight. Also, if you have a chair or something like this, you can make it more difficult by putting a step like this in a distance, so that your legs also are again on a straight line. And you can do by putting on your heels, stepping on your heels again. You can do it like this. It's a little more difficult. And with one leg the same, because you dip down more. Okay, and then you switch legs. Okay, for the upper body, exercise number 10, it's getting 2 small dumbbells, and you can do a combination of exercise. You can do side delts, which is your shoulders like this, not too straight, not too bent, not far forward, but on the sides, and a little bit bending this way. So this, and when I go down, I go forward, and I reverse them a little bit inside like that. Exhale. Inside. So we work both the side delts, which does this cut on the hand here, and the front for the shoulders. So this is tone the whole arm. So exercise number 11 and 12 are both for the legs. Number 11 is for the inside of the legs, which is the adductors, and you can do it either with let's say a dumbbell. You can hold it like this, but you open your legs quite a bit outside the shoulder length and looking a little bit like this to the side, not like that, and not too much. So like this, straight, and I sit down all the way until my legs are parallel to the floor. Okay, and I push with my heels, and as I move up, I flex my glutes, and I don't straighten all the way up. I move here. Slow, flex, exhale. Just hold this. I hold it close. I don't let it go forward, so that I don't lean like this. I'm a little bit leaning slightly, but not too much. As I move up, I flex here. Okay? So this is to work the inside. Immediately after this, you will do number 12. Or no, that's yeah, exercise 12. To work the outside of the legs, we can have a band. You can buy some bands. Not too difficult, but not too easy. And you can put it right above the ankles. And you can do also, you can basically open them a little bit so that they're tight here. You can do a squat, and then when you move up, you flex. So it works both the glutes and the outside of the thighs. Okay? Squat. Strong kick to the side. Okay? That's it. All of these, you try to do 10 to 15 reps. If you can't do 10 reps, that means the weight is too high, so you need to lower the weight. If you can do more than 15 and you don't get tired by the 15th rep, that means you have too little weight. You need to increase. So your reps should be falling somewhere between 10 and 15 to get the muscles the right stimulation to grow and to get the tone that you want, together with good nutrition. So that's that. So exercise number 13 and 14 are for the upper body, and they're kind of optional. You don't have to do them all the time, depending if you want to work more of your arms and your chest or not. But maybe you can do them every other workout. Basically, you put the incline on the bench. You start your palms facing this way. You lower the dumbbells slow until you stretch and you open wide your chest and you take a deep breath. And then you push them together, but not all the way up. Here they don't do anything. You hold a little bit, a big distance there. Open, deep breath, and exhale up to here. Open, and notice I have a slight bend on my arms. It's not straight up like that, and it's not like this. It's a slight bend that I keep all the way. Open, close and exhale. Open, exhale. The other exercise is basically simple dumbbell curls. You can do sitting or standing, doesn't matter. You can basically go like this, and you can turn your wrists this way. Or you can do some reps using straight. Your hands like that, which is called hammer curls. It works a little bit different. You can change those exercises, or you can do one after the other. Any of these three combinations is good. Also, there's a good exercise for the arms with the TRX. You have a TRX, you can do arm curls, same way, except you keep your elbows straight and you pull your body with your arms. If you look at it from the side here, you can see my arms are sitting straight as if I have them sitting somewhere, and I just do this motion up it goes to my ear. Okay, the rest of the body is straight. The only thing that's moving in my elbow is the other way. And exhale. Okay? We will get to the end, which is at the end of your workout you will do your abs. So if you don't have a TRX and you just have the dumbbells, we can start with some exercises down on the mat. You hold a dumbbell and you basically do crunches. You move your back up, but not all the way, not like that, because you will hurt your back. Only the back of your shoulders. The move up, the weight, and as I move up, I flex my stomach and I take the wind out, and I hold there for a second. Slow back, and slow back down. If it's too easy, you can increase the way you can take 2 dumbbells together, okay? You can also put your hands, your feet down. When you do that, you notice a little more tension on the lower part. They all work together, but you can do switch exercise to do the lower or the higher more. Another exercise you can do down here for the side ab is you can do basically the bicycle. You put your feet like this and you interchange, or if it's too difficult, you can put your hands up and you can exchange and try to touch, moving legs up. Okay, so I give you a few choices here depending. Alright, that's for the sides. For the lower abs, you can also put your feet here and you can move up. As you come here, you also have to lift your hips a little bit from the floor. That takes attention, puts attention on your lower abs, okay? Slow down. Up, slow down. Also, for this side, you can also do the side bends, which is basically using this hand to help you lift your body a little bit, and then the feet also move up. So you're like a little fish that moves up in both ways. The feet a little bit and the body a little bit. And that puts tension on this side here. Alright, so you can do also from the other side. If you do all these 4 different exercises I gave you here, then you're complete. If you have a TRX and you want to do it there, we have a different complex, which is basically using your feet to balance on the TRX. You put them here. One exercise, simple, is if you don't have enough strength, is just to sit there for as long as you can, let's say 30 seconds, and then sit back down. Just keep your body straight and tight, and take breaths, normal breathing. If you're good enough to stay here 30 seconds, then you can probably go to the next level, which is doing bicycle with this rhythm. You can try to touch your knees to your elbows, let's say. That's one exercise. You can also do sides. So you can bring this to this side and exchange. Okay, these are a little more difficult. And then for the lower abs, you can do the pike way up. So your legs are straight and you bring your head down and you back up. That puts emphasis on the lower abs. Okay, so that's it for the ab workout.